Let's get this started. Oh. So, for the finals, we're going to have Mr. Djem5 as the white Protoss in the bottom left corner on Bloody Ridge, mining minerals, looking good. His opponent is going to be Trutacz as the red Zerg at the top right, also gathering minerals, probably kind of common in this game. So let's see, these two players should be known for you guys if you've been following the TLCs. Both players have made it to the finals, both have won TLCs in the past, although Trutacz definitely taken more of them. So definitely is going to be a pretty good finals. I don't know exactly how good the games are going to be, but they should be relatively good. Now, let's start with what we're seeing. Okay, so pile another natural, so no crazy things from Djem5, probably going for a standard Nexus. I would say that his style, he likes to do this kind of double gateways after the Nexus, before gas, to put pressure to a 3 hatch build. The curious thing about that is that I've seen, I believe it was Zaraki who won against him in one game by, instead of making units to defend against that, just getting some sunkens, and basically that kind of backfired on Djem5. Let's see how that looks here. We do see that Djem5 is going to scout that it is going to be pulled before expansion, so a forge is going to be placed down. Let's see exactly what... Yes, this is the finals. This is the finals. So let's see exactly how they're going to open. Trutacz has been shown in the past to do some kind of crazy style sometimes. I think it was last TLC that he basically won the finals in like 30 minutes. So I don't think he's going to be trying to do that against Djem5. Now, for those of you who don't know, however, Trutacz has been streaming today for quite a while, so I'm not sure if he's not a little bit tired, because let's be honest, Brood War is not a game that you can play for 10 hours and feel like, oh, nothing big for me. No, it actually really could get you tired. So I wonder how well prepared is Trutacz going to be after so many games that he played. Now, okay, we see Cannon and Nexus and a gateway, probably a gateway before another. Oh, and a pylon actually blocking the third. Is that even worth it? I mean, oh my god. Ooh, that was close. The pylon is not going to survive too long. It's going to be cancelled. Yeah, okay, it's cancelled. So the probe is still managing to get around and find more information. Should see the gas being built only, so he knows that speedlings are not going to be coming up for a while now, and still 6 Zerglings. If he sees more drones, he as well might know that he's relatively safe with just 1 cannon. Although this gap is relatively wide, so you definitely want to have this blocked by some probes. No gas yet, and a second gateway down here, so it will be the standard Djem style. Now, I will say one thing though, Djem's style with doing this kind of build usually is very good because the third is relatively far away from your natural as the Zerg. So if you send one Zealot to one base and the other one, the Zealot here, it can be difficult for the Zerg to split his Zerglings accordingly to deal with this. But in this map, I'm not sure that's the best idea, because this base and this base are so close together that it should be possible to defend both areas. Now, I'm not sure if the Overlord managed to see the second gateway. We'll see about that. So the gas is not yet being taken due to the amount of minerals that are required for these Zealots. And the probe is going to sneak out, actually. Well, yeah, it should sneak out. By sneaking out, it actually forces the Zergling to be kind of on the move, which means that the Zealots are not going to be spotted as early. The Overlord is just still trying to find some extra information, and the gas is being placed right now, as well as, where's the core? No core so far, so the gas before the core for a while. Okay, there's the Zealot moving. The Zealot's moving out, and there are extra Zerglings coming out from Trutacz. So Trutacz seems to be expecting this style. Again, this is already 4 zealots, and are they going to be spotted? Zerglings will see these two, and these two are actually in a pretty good position to fight. So, yeah, already losing one of the Zerglings, and these Zerglings are not in the best position, so trutacz is going to be forced to make quite a lot of Zerglings at this point. And bear in mind that that actually slows down a lot the economy of the Zerg. Even though the tech is still coming up at the same time, the amount of drones is going to be significantly reduced because of this. Now, there's enough Zerglings here. They should surround this area pretty well, so... Djem5 is still kind of playing with these zealots, trying to get a good engagement. Oh, nice. Nice by trutacz. Very nice. Waiting for this for the Zerglings from this hatchery. And there's the 4th hatch. No 5th hatch. There's the 5th hatch. Okay. So the 5 hatches are coming up. And at the same time I expect the double Stargate. Let's see. Not enough gas really to get 2 yet. I think it's 150, 150, so still some more gas needed. And, well, the Spire is actually about to finish, so these Stargates, oof, they're coming late. Like, really late. I would assume that the reason why this is happening is because the Zealots didn't actually find any way to do damage. Now, there's a lot of them, but because of the fact that trutacz actually managed to defend this relatively easily, whew. I mean, the Mutas probably, if you make enough cannons to defend, and at the same time you're able to slowly build up your Corsair count, it seems to me there's no Mutas. There's some just to score, just to kind of, I would assume to scout and eventually maybe pick off a Corsair. And we see the +1 coming up for the Corsairs as well. Now, bear in mind that because the Scourges are already out, then the Corsairs might not be able to scout. And if they can't scout, trutacz might completely forego the air battle and switch straight to Hydras. Whoa, and another hatchery? Ooh, that's a lot of hatcheries. Yeah, this is the Hydra then. So you can completely skip the Mutas, go straight into Hydras, and get a very good army before your opponent can actually change his style. We see that the Citadel is only now being started, so Templar Archives is still going to be far away. Not to mention that spending so much gas on these Corsairs is gas that you're not saving for the High Templars. So we can see that trutacz is really getting a good economy right now. He might even be tempted to get another base. I mean, at this point, ground-based, you're kind of okay. So as long as you can defend against the Corsairs, which should be the case, trutacz isn't really in any kind of threat. I mean, once speed is finished for these Zealots, then yes. But until that, it's actually still kind of a long time until that, so... Okay, so Evolution Chamber, pretty important. And it's going to be the attack for the Hydra, so I'm assuming a pretty big Hydra commitment. Now we got 6 gates coming up. And Templar Archives, where's Templar Archives? There's no Templar Archives? Well, that might be a problem. Once the Hydras are in big enough numbers, Zealots alone are not going to cut it. Not to mention that you can actually go for Lurkers, which completely would... No, it's going to be range, but even then, with so many hatcheries and such a good economy, well, not that good. It's still good enough, I think. Oop, 1 hit. There's 7 Corsairs, but they didn't do anything so far. Alright, so the +1 is finished. There's now 9 Corsairs, so and speed lots are done as well. So let's see how this does, because I think trutacz is going to be more than ready for this. Yeah, look at that. Look at how many Hydras there are. I mean, sure, this is a lot of Zealots, but... it's gonna be tricky. The position is difficult to fight in. Look at the funnel, actually. Ooh, and a good drill of drones to even block this, and then all the Hydras coming from the back, more Hydras coming from here. And yes, also spores getting ready to kill the Corsairs. That's not looking good at all. This attack did nothing. No damage to the economy. The Templar Archives is now finished, but no High Templars in sight. Just Zealots being produced. I don't know if even Storm is done. I don't think Storm has been researched at all. And Trutacz is at this time already thinking about Lurkers, so even if the Storm does finish, it actually can be extremely difficult. Like, the third shouldn't be that difficult to take. Shouldn't be. But the fourth? I don't think there's any chance that Djem5 can take a fourth until he gets a massive amount of army. Even even the third seems to be under contest. Oh, and he can actually block this with an egg. Yeah. And with that, the third is going to be blocked. Now, this fourth of Trutacz is relatively difficult to maintain, but... yeah, I agree, it already seems like the Protoss is going to be losing this. Oh, some Overlord kills, always a good thing, but... armor, actually there's already armor for these as well, so Trutacz managed to even find some kind of a money to get some extra armor for the air. Yeah, it's pure Zealot against Hydras, and there's also Lurkers coming up. Okay, Trutacz did lose actually quite a lot of Overlords there. And there is actually a DT drop coming to the main. That could do some damage. Nope. Scouted. And denied. That being said, this amount of Zealots constantly running around and constantly trying to deal damage is so far not been working, but even then... oh, block it with an egg? Yeah, let's block it with an egg. Oh, and a snipe on the observer as well. Alright, so some economy did die now for Trutacz, so he's rebuilding it right now, but with this amount of hatcheries, he should be able to get back on track extremely fast. At the same time, there is actually a blockage by Lurkers here. Oh my god, those Zealots. Oh, okay, there is actually an observer. And that will allow to transfer some probes. So it's kind of a 3 base versus 4 base? So it's not really going that bad for Djem5, considering how... I don't know, how inefficient both of his attacks were. Breaking this usually would be very difficult, but there's actually no storm in sight. The stormers are all in the natural, so breaking this is still possible for now. Also, Trutacz is... okay, now he's getting the Queen's Nest to get the Hive. You really do want to get the Hive relatively fast, because although the Hydras have been quite efficient for a very long time, eventually they're going to start being inefficient. Once Storm is also grouped with a lot of other units, Hydras alone might be problematic. Now, we do have Lurkers, but it's not like there's a ton of them, and they're not really well positioned because there's way too many areas to defend. Now, if you want to kind of block this area, you want to be blocking this area. There's a lot of bridges. There's a good vision around the map, as you can see from the red dots. So trutacz does know a lot, but the thing is, this is still a possible map split in half, where the center would be kind of the difficult situation. So, oh, I forgot kind of that I could put this. Okay, there. So results 0-0 right now. It's kind of first game. So, and at the same time, we do have a fifth coming up from trutacz. So, whew. I mean, the problem that I have really is that trutacz's army is good until there's a lot of storm out there. And when it is, how do you actually deal with this efficiently? You see, there are the stormers, so yeah, one good storm, not too much, but still good enough. Oh my god. Oh my god, 2 Templars died to the lurkers. Oh, that was not good. That was not good. I mean, you're denying the fourth, but at the same time, you're taking the fifth. So from trutacz's perspective, that should be really good. The problem is that it might not really work. Oh, these zealots. Actually, this leaves the base really undefended. Yeah, and the lurker basically denies and instantly building the lair just in case. Ooh, and even stopping the zealots from running away. Basically, now this base is easy to be attacked, like really easily. So, if trutacz remembers that these zealots actually came from there, and they actually kind of all about close to dead. Okay, seems like trutacz is not going to realize that this is an opportunity to try to break the 6 o'clock. But bear in mind that the hive is finished, and at the same time we do see cracklings being researched, about to be finished in fact, and the fire coming up as well. So once that's done, the dragoons are actually going to become quite inefficient against the army of trutacz, and it's going to be a lot easier to break this position for trutacz. So yeah, definitely both players are at the same supply, but in that case, usually in the old times that was good for Protoss, but nowadays it's actually good for the Zerg. So I would say that right now trutacz is in a pretty good spot. Now we do see a DT come into the main. Will it get some kills? Actually might get quite a lot of kills. Okay, we do see actually a transfer because to a new base, but this DT can get some damage done. And it is going to get some damage done. In fact, wow, look at this. So far, 5 kills, still going on. Ooh. Yeah, only 1 drone escapes. 10 kills. That's 500 minerals. That's not good for trutacz. Not good at all. And Djem does have a pretty massive army. It's still going to be difficult to break this position. Lurkers, Sunkens, kind of doesn't allow that. Taking his own base, his own corner base. Wow. So far both players are doing actually pretty damn good. Now we do see the first kind of big engagement. Are there any defilers in here? You really would want to have the defilers for that, because the dragoons are actually going to be quite efficient against this. I don't think there is any, and that could be bad. There's no storms being used yet. Okay, there's the first storm killing a lot of Zerglings, so pretty good. Now losing some of his own units, these lurkers, is bad, but Protoss can win. But I think if Swarm comes up and swarms here, then this army is actually quite expensive. You can't really rebuild that easily. So if this army falls, it's going to be quite difficult. Look, there's still a lot of Zerglings in here that have been kind of waiting around, not doing anything. And basically this army, yes, it killed most of the army of the Zerg, but the question now, oh my god, the question now is going to be, what is the next step? Because you can't really attack any base with this army. This army isn't really that big. It doesn't have enough tanking potential. So, oh, and that Archon, yeah, is gonna die. So as you can see, the army is already falling back because too dangerous to stay here. Oof. Okay, so cracklings, pretty decent upgrades for considering how the game went. Again, this is split map scenario. Oh, that's a massive, wow, amazing storm. That was an amazing storm. 15 kills. Now, I would say that this base is easy to be broken now. Look, there's no storm here. You just send... There's actually coming a massive drop instead of trying to deal with this with swarm. So... this should work. Yeah, and also attacking at the same time from the bottom. Pretty smart, as that it will draw away some of the cannon fire. Okay, this base is definitely gonna die, and with lurkers in here, you can actually secure this base. Now, we see the army trying to come back. By the time the army gets here, I think this is dead. Yeah, already the probes are getting killed. Ooh, oh, wow, that was a big explosion. Okay, this basically kills the 6 o'clock, and the Zerg can actually take it from himself. With lurkers and swarm up here, it's going to be almost impossible to break this normally, which means that right now the Protoss is going to be in trouble if he tries to get up this ramp. So that basically allows the Zerg to have one extra base for himself. Maybe not right now, but later. So it seems like Djem5 is just trying to... Okay, no, it's kind of fighting in the middle against some units. Not the best, really, trade. He did take a lot of damage. And there's actually Sunken, Nidus, Lurker, and Zergling in here. Okay, that's... Oh, good. Targeting the Nidus first. Pretty good. This base, I don't think it's gonna fall. But a storm to the drone line might be good. Okay, pulling the drones already. Oh! Ooh, that could have been much worse. Now, this army is still relatively scary, but with one swarm, this is completely not a problem. Okay, the hatch will fall, but it can be rebuilt. Ooh, storming overlords? Really? Okay. Trutach's army is bigger, but I just don't see most of it. Okay, so there's a lot of units kind of hanging around, not doing anything. Oh. Okay, this actually should do a lot of damage. Yeah, you shouldn't stay there with the Archons. The Archons can... I mean, they still kill this, but they're taking a lot of damage. And without the Archons, this Dragoon army is kind of small. We do see some extra units coming out as well with Storm. Trutach is weirdly enough not using the Defilers. I mean, he has one or two of them, but most of the time he hasn't been using them, which is kind of a bad thing for him, because he's bleeding a lot of units into this grinder. Okay, one decent thing, which is the Plague, but still, so far it's been the Archons that's been the main problem for him. Really, the Archons are kind of destroying everything. Whoa! Sorry guys, I completely missed this. So another base goes down for Djem5. That leaves him at one base with almost no probes in it. So even though Trutach has lost one of his bases as well, he's pretty much denied almost all the mining for Djem5. Oh! Oh! Yeah, just keep sending red. Oh my god, Djem5 was doing so well with his army and slowly getting picked away by Trutach, and right now, ploof, gone. Like nothing, almost nothing left. There's still economy, pretty much a lot of economy for Trutach. He's even taking the corner of Djem5 and his own corner at the same time, plus denying with a few lurkers just in case at the 6 o'clock. Wow. Yeah, GG. Whew. Quite a good game. Quite a good game. Yeah, I think the problem is Djem5, the strategy that he uses is kind of well known enough right now that I think Trutach managed to find a way to deal with it.